Hello friends, I'm Oceana and thank you for joining me today at Here I Am Send Me with my dog Shade and my little goat Cyrus. There once was a young boy, and he asked his father, "Father, how is the preciousness of my life?" And his father, instead of giving him an answer, told him, "Son, I want to give you this rock. And I want you to go to the market and sell this rock, and don't speak, but whenever someone wants to buy it, just hold up 2 fingers." And so the boy, he took the rock that his father had given him, and he went to the market. And this lady came up to him and said, "Oh, I want to put that in my garden. How much is the rock?" And the boy held up 2 fingers. And so she says, "Oh, $2. I'll take it." So she took the rock, and he was so surprised that a lady bought a rock for $2. So he ran home and said, "Father, she bought it for $2. Then his father said, "Son, I want you to go and take this rock to a museum. And again, just hold up 2 fingers, but don't say a word." And so the boy went. He went to a museum, and a man said, "Oh, you're selling the rock. How much?" And the boy held up 2 fingers, and he said, $200? I'll take it." And so the boy ran excitedly home and told his father, Father, he bought a rock for $200. But he still had the rock because he didn't know what to do. And so his father said, "Last thing I want you to do, take that same rock and go to a precious jewel store." And so the boy went to a precious jewel store, and the man looked at the rock and he said, "Where did you buy this rock? Where did you find it?" And the boy didn't say anything, and he held up 2 fingers, and he says, "2 fingers. Oh, you're selling it. I'll buy it. It's a rare stone, and I've been looking for the stone in this world, and I cannot find it. I'll buy it for $200,000. And then the boy, shocked, didn't know what to do. He ran home and told his father, Father, a man bought the stone for $200,000. And the father looked at him and said, "Son, do you understand now?" And the boy listened to his father and shook his head. And his father said, "Son, you went to the market, and for the same stone, a lady would buy it for $2. And then you went to a precious jewel store, and the man would pay $200,000. It's not the stone, it's who you bring the stone to." And exactly like our lives, we are like that stone. You are the stone. We have something precious in each of us. We have that diamond inside of us. And yet it depends on who you associate yourselves with, who you give yourself to, that makes you the worth that you are. And there is one person above anybody in this world that will pay the ultimate price. It'll pay his life. He will die to get that stone. And if you are the stone, the man that bought it, the precious jeweler, is Jesus. He died for you. It doesn't matter who you go to in this world. Yes, it might be the market lady, or yes, it might be the person at the museum that gives you a bit more worth than the other. But still, Jesus is the ultimate jeweler. In John 3:16, I'd like to read you a verse that you may know already. But this verse describes how precious you are, how much He loves you, how much He wants to buy your heart, how much He wants you to give it to Him. And it says, "For God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in Him should not perish, but have everlasting life. For God sent not His Son into the world to condemn the world, but that through Him the world might be saved." And in verse 18 it says, "He that believeth on Him is not condemned, but he that believeth not is condemned already, because he hath not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of God." Jesus died for you, friends. He died for you. He loves you so much. In His eyes, you are the most precious thing that He could ever obtain. He gave it all. He risked His life. He did not know if he would fall into temptation. He knew that Satan would be on him every second of his life. But yet for it all, he gave perfectness for evil to take us home. And all we have to give up is the evil for the perfectness. How much love is that? And another verse I'd like to read with you is James 4, verse 8. And it says, "Draw nigh to God, and he will draw nigh to you. Cleanse your hands, ye sinners, and purify your hearts, ye double-minded." He wants us to draw to him, but in order to do that, we must cleanse our hands and purify our hearts, our hands, our actions. We must make our actions like Jesus's. We must have our actions to be like his. Our heart or our mind needs to be the thinking point like him. We must be merciful, be kind, and not only that, trust in him and do his will that he presents us with. Thank you, friends. I hope you never forget. You are that precious diamond. You are that precious one. If you're just waiting, why aren't you close to God? It might be because your mind and your heart and your actions are not like him. But he loves you so much, so much. And I hope that we all will see each other in heaven as God one day will come in the clouds and Jesus will call everyone up from the graves. And then we will go to heaven and Jesus will be with all his precious jewels that accepted him. And I hope that you will be there and that I will be there. Thank you again for joining me at Here I Am, Send Me. And please never forget, Jesus is waiting for you. Bye.